Ranking Member Graves, Congressman Larson, Congressman Graves, thank you. And to the whole committee, we appreciate the opportunity to be here today, and we're going to do our best to answer all of your questions. Before we get started, I too would like to acknowledge the families that are here with us today. And again, wanted to tell you I'm sorry. And I've had the opportunity to talk with some of you and hear your stories. And we are deeply, deeply sorry. And we'll never forget. And I want you to know that. And we're committed to making the improvements that we need to make. We're committed. And I had the chance to hear some of those stories and see the photos and listen to personal stories. And it does get to a business that's about people. And I think Congressman Graves said it well. That's where our hearts will always be. And I know all of Boeing, our 150,000 people, feel the same way, and they think about this every day. We will carry the memories.
You're not loud enough?
Can you speak a little closer into your microphone, just so a little more audible? Thank you.
You can just pull it toward you, Mr. Muilenburg.
The whole box.
Is that better? Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Please know that we carry the memories of these accidents with us, and the loved ones, the memories of them, they will never be forgotten. And their memories will drive us every day to make our airplanes safer and to make this industry safer. And we are committed to doing that. I am grateful to have the opportunity to be here today to say this to the families personally. And I want to let you all know that we are dedicated to learning. We are learning. We still have more to learn. We have work to do to restore the public's trust. And we will do everything possible to prevent accidents like this from ever happening again. Mr. Chairman, I know this committee has many questions about the MAX, and we'll do our best to answer those today. And while investigations are still underway, we know both accidents involved the repeated activation of a flight control software system called MCAS, which we've already talked about. That system responded to erroneous signals from angle of attack sensor. Based on that, we've enhanced MCAS in 3 ways. First, it will now compare information from both sensors instead of one before activating. Second, MCAS will only activate a single time. And third, MCAS will never provide more input than the pilot can counteract using the control column alone. Pilots will also continue to have the ability to override MCAS at any time. We've brought the best of Boeing to this effort. We've spent over 100,000 engineering and test hours. We've flown more than 800 test flights. We've conducted simulator sessions with 545 participants from 99 customers and 41 global regulators. I've flown on a couple of flights myself. This has taken longer than expected, but we are committed to getting it right. During this process, we've worked closely with the FAA and other regulators. We provided them with documentation, had them fly the simulators, answered their questions. Regulators around the world should rigorously scrutinize the MAX and only approve its return when they are completely satisfied with its safety. The public deserves nothing less. Mr. Chairman, today and every day, over 5 million people will board a Boeing airplane and fly safely to their destination. Decades of cooperation and innovation by industry and regulators and the rigorous oversight of this committee have reduced accidents by more than 95% over the last 20 years. But no number other than 0 accidents is ever acceptable. We can and must do better. We've been challenged and changed by these accidents. We've made mistakes, and we've learned, and we are still learning, and we're improving. We established a permanent aerospace safety committee for our board. We've stood up a new safety organization, and we've strengthened our engineering organization so that all 50,000 engineers now report up through Boeing's chief engineer. We're also helping to rebuild the communities and the families impacted by these accidents. We've pledged $100 million to this effort. We've hired renowned experts in this area to ensure families can access these funds as quickly as possible. No amount of money can bring back what was lost, but we can at least help the families meet their financial needs. Mr. Chairman, I started at Boeing more than 30 years ago as a summer intern in Seattle. I was a junior at Iowa State University studying engineering, and I'd grown up on a farm in Iowa. My parents taught me the value of hard work and integrity. I was awestruck to work at the company that brought the jet age to the world and helped land a person on the moon. Today, I'm still inspired by what Boeing does and by the remarkable men and women who are committed to continuing its legacy. But these heartbreaking accidents and the memories of the 346 lives lost are now part of that legacy. It's our solemn duty to learn from them, and we will. Recently, there's been much criticism of Boeing and our culture. We understand and deserve this scrutiny. But I know the people of Boeing. They are more than 150,000 of the hardest working, most dedicated, honest people you will ever meet. And their commitment to safety, quality, and integrity is unparalleled, and it is resolute. We will stay true to those values because we know our work demands it. It demands the utmost excellence. So thank you for this opportunity to convey to the world that we're committed to changing and to making sure that accidents like these never happen again. Mr. Chairman, thank you for listening, and I look forward to your questions.
I thank the gentleman.